Welcome to Hero Villains. In your personal opinion, who would emerge victorious when the Fury faces Superman? This is the moment the ultimate machine of destruction challenges the very symbol of hope. The Fury is an almost invincible engine of annihilation, engineered for the singular purpose of eradicating every form of superhuman power. This entity possesses the terrifying ability to adapt instantaneously to any threat, ensuring that every strike directed at it only causes it to evolve faster. With colossal physical strength, superior speed, and a regeneration system that is nearly infinite, the Fury is far more than a warrior. It is a living nightmare. Its chilling combat intelligence allows it to analyze and neutralize any opponent in an incredibly short amount of time. Superman stands as the ultimate symbol of strength and hope, a hero from the planet Krypton with abilities that soar far beyond any human limit. He wields superhuman strength, the speed of light, and the gift of flight, alongside legendary powers such as heat vision and freezing breath. His nearly indestructible body allows him to withstand attacks of planetary proportions. However, his greatest attribute is not merely his power, but his unwavering will and his spirit to protect all life, making him an adversary who is never easily conquered. Before we dive deep into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you all so very much. In the twisted timeline known as Earth 238, where reality itself is bent by the will of a master manipulator, Mad Jim Jaspers created a perfect tool of destruction. That entity is named the Fury, a lethal symbiote born with the sole objective of wiping out every superhuman in existence except for its own creator. The Fury is not merely a killing machine. It possesses physical power far beyond normal boundaries, capable of unleashing destructive energy blasts while constantly adapting to every attack. Each time it is destroyed, it regenerates even stronger, like a nightmare that can never end. Its name was inspired by the peculiar characters in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but its nature is the complete opposite. It is cold, emotionless, and absolutely ruthless. Under the direction of Jaspers, the Fury carried out an unprecedented purge. One by one, the superheroes of Earth 238 fell, as no one could stand firm against this storm of devastation. The only survivor was Captain UK, who was forced to witness the tragic death of her husband Rick before escaping to another world in utter despair. After completing its bloody mission, the Fury fell into a dormant state, like a weapon put away after a war. However, a cruel fate had not yet finished. When Captain Britain and his companion Jackdaw were sent to Earth 238 by Merlin, a new chapter of tragedy began. The Status Crew, henchmen of the oppressive regime, reactivated the Fury. The machine lunged into the hunt once more. Jackdaw was the first to fall, and then Captain Britain. In that final moment, hope seemed completely smothered, leaving behind only a cold silence and the tracks of a machine that never knows how to stop. After the purge that seemed to have concluded, the Fury suddenly realized its prey still existed. From that moment, this engine of destruction began to evolve beyond all limits, adapting to tear through dimensions just to continue the hunt. Meanwhile, Mandragon, the overseer of the time stream, stepped in to erase Earth 238 to eliminate Mad Jim Jaspers. Yet the Fury survived like an anomaly that cannot be deleted, quickly finding a way into Earth 616, the home of Captain Britain. Breaking the boundaries of reality came at a heavy price. When it set foot on Earth 616, it was in a state of heavy damage, nearly collapsing. To survive, it was forced to absorb living matter. An innocent victim, Mrs. McGeary, became the raw material for that terrifying regeneration process. From the ruins, the Fury rose again, cold and unwavering, continuing to spread death among the allies of Captain Britain. Even so, fate was not entirely on its side. The Fury was eventually defeated and buried deep within a cave system. But even in the darkness, it did not stop. It absorbed energy from electrical circuits, patiently repairing itself piece by piece, like a monster being reborn beneath the earth. Once fully recovered, it returned to hunt its target, this time leading to a fateful encounter with another version of Mad Jim Jaspers. The Fury recognized that the figure standing before it was not its true creator, yet its internal programming simply would not allow it to turn away. This deep conflict cast the machine into a strange state of inner turmoil, marking the very first time this mechanical beast felt the suffocating weight of frustration. The battle between these two titans raged with absolute ferocity until the Fury dragged its opponent into the desolate void that was once Earth 238. There, it brought everything to a ruthless and final end. Upon returning to Earth 616 in a severely weakened state, the Fury fell directly into a trap meticulously laid by Captain UK. The ambush was lightning fast and devastatingly violent. This time, the Fury could not regenerate in time to save itself. Yet, after countless instances where it seemed erased from existence, the Fury endured, now completely severed from the influence of Mad Jim Jaspers. No longer a mere puppet to be controlled, this entity entered a new era where it began to forge its own destiny amidst the chaos of the multiverse. That journey led the Fury to a reality teetering on the edge of total collapse, where a celestial resided upon the very heart of a sun, radiating power capable of blinking out all of existence. But the Fury was not alone. It joined forces with similar entities known as the Furies, together forming a force that was chillingly efficient. Instead of choosing destruction, they opted for a far more audacious intervention. Through a process almost impossible to fathom, they fused the Celestial with the star it inhabited, giving birth to an entirely new being. This was the arrival of an unprecedented structure, the living sun star, hailed as the most terrifying source of heat in the entire multiverse. Space itself trembled, the laws of physics warped into unrecognizable shapes, and even the mightiest cosmic beings stood back in fear. Even as a machine devoid of emotion, the Fury seemed to grasp the sheer lethality of what it had just helped create. Because of this, the Furies placed their trust in no one else. They carried the living sun star away from that reality, transporting it to Otherworld, the sacred place where the boundaries between worlds intersect. There, they crafted a new realm called Infury, also known as the Eternal Forge. The Fury now commands energy on levels beyond comprehension. It can unleash devastating blasts, manipulate fire, control lethal radiation, and even reshape matter at will. The space surrounding it can be bent, and physical matter can be restructured into weapons of war right out of thin air. Its ability to absorb energy and matter allows it to sustain its existence almost infinitely while regenerating its body at a staggering speed. Even wounds that should be fatal vanish in an instant, as if they never occurred at all. The Fury is not simply an opponent, it is a living nightmare. For those brave enough to stand against it, despair rises with every heartbeat, because they are not just fighting a powerful entity, they are fighting a predator that never stops learning, never stops evolving, and is quite simply impossible to defeat. I truly hope you will subscribe to our channel. It helps us immensely, and you are truly the best. Thank you so much! Now let us speak about Superman. Superman is seen as the ultimate symbol of strength, yet what he has achieved goes far beyond mere words of praise. In his most harrowing moments, the Man of Steel has proven his worth in ways that are simply undeniable. Look no further than his confrontation with Brainiac. In that clash, Superman did not just fight, he dragged his opponent directly into the heart of a black hole. The crushing gravitational pull of a singularity is enough to pulverize anything in existence, yet he resisted it as if he were merely facing a stiff breeze. Even as Brainiac was consumed by the point of singularity where space and time warped to the breaking point, Superman stood firm. He endured pressures reaching trillions of times the gravity of Earth, surviving in an environment where the laws of physics themselves completely collapse. After escaping that cosmic disaster, Superman embarked on a journey that makes any concept of speed seem obsolete. From the very edge of the universe, he returned to Earth in only 60 days. That velocity exceeds the speed of light so vastly it is difficult to even imagine, as if he were literally tearing through space to bridge the gaps between stars. Every moment of his movement was more than just a burst of speed, it was a testament to a power unbound by limits. The light of entire galaxies receded behind him, and space seemed to stretch before his advance. This was not just a flight, it was a journey defining the status of a being who can withstand the most extreme phenomena in the cosmos. Witness the sight that left even Batman in total awe. During his battle with Rogol Zar, Superman unleashed strikes so thunderous they shook the Phantom Zone itself. This is a unique dimension where normal laws do not apply, far beyond our understanding of space. He himself once asserted that he could destroy the Phantom Zone, a claim rooted in true capability rather than empty words. His lifting strength is another testament to his infinite potential. He once bore the weight of the entire Earth for 5 consecutive days without absorbing any solar energy. That colossal mass did not make him flinch. Instead, he held it with staggering stability. What was even more remarkable was his demeanor after finishing this feat. Superman stood in the void of space, carrying a whole planet while remaining perfectly calm, creating a sense of overwhelming majesty. Superman has never been restricted by ordinary standards, and his cosmic feats have pushed the definition of power to immeasurable heights. In Final Crisis Superman Beyond, he lifted a book containing infinite pages and memories, a symbol of boundless knowledge and existence. That power was shown again when he, alongside Wonder Woman, hoisted the Spectre, an entity synonymous with eternity. To influence a being of infinite nature proves that Superman is not just strong, he touches the realms of the metaphysical. Even the sound of his voice can become a weapon, powerful enough to threaten Darkseid, one of the most terrifying entities to ever exist. After surpassing the state of cosmic armor Superman, he reached a new level where he could survive within the bleed, the raw energy capable of shattering the entire multiverse. His strength is not just theoretical, but visceral in battle. He consistently overpowered Etrigan, slamming him into the ground with enough force to create massive craters. Even Deathstroke in the Icon suit could not stand before his onslaught. According to Jor-El and Lex Luthor, what Superman has shown is still not his final limit. They believe that if he truly understood his full potential, his power would soar even further. Every action he takes carries a sense of overwhelming awe, as if the universe itself is bending around his will.
Superman is remembered not only for his crushing power, but for his brilliant mind and courage. When an earthquake threatened to swallow an entire city, he did not simply rush in to destroy things. Instead, he observed calmly, using his X-ray vision combined with heat vision to stabilize the underground structures, stopping the disaster at its very root. He displays an incredible level of versatility. Superman once restrained Parallax using a yellow lantern ring without succumbing to corruption, a feat that very few individuals could ever dream of achieving. When facing Doomsday, he unleashes thousands of strikes in the mere blink of an eye, pushing back his foe with speed and power that shatter all known boundaries. His heat vision possesses the sheer force to rip through asteroids or incinerate massive warships in a heartbeat. Superman remains a truly formidable warrior. He can take down heavily armored enemies using masterful melee skills and vast combat experience. In the Warworld saga, he defeated the son of Mongol not with overwhelming force, but through an indomitable will and pure fighting technique. During the House of Brainiac event, he shattered a lantern power battery and neutralized Lobo with only 2 decisive blows. Superman's punches can create shockwaves that ripple across entire dimensions, even leaving gargantuan cracks upon the surface of the Earth. He even stands firm against the Omega beams of Darkseid, an energy that has brought countless divine beings to their knees. Looking at all of this, Superman emerges not just as a symbol of power, but as the very embodiment of will and steadfastness. In every battle, no matter how dire the danger, his spirit remains unshakable, like a torch that never flickers in the vast darkness of the universe. Superman's strength is fueled by yellow solar radiation interacting with the density, elasticity, and superior biological efficiency of his muscles. His power is not merely physical, it is a conscious influence over energy fields. This conscious interaction allows him to perform physical miracles far beyond simple force, such as moving a mountain peak without causing the rock to crumble under its own massive weight. Even when infected with the anti-life equation, which was slowly killing him, Clark was still strong enough to take down a shackled Barbados, the
slayer of the World Forger, with a single devastating punch. When Superman battled Rogol Zaar inside the Phantom Zone, their clash caused the entire realm to shake and reel under the sheer weight of their war. His power was further augmented by the White Sun, energized by the genesis of Warworld, making him strong enough to battle two new gods at once. Superman is even fast enough to keep pace with Wally West while running, although he still remains the slower of the two. Clark can move so fast that time itself appears to slow down in his eyes, lasting long enough for him to hold an entire conversation in just a few seconds. Kal's speed is so impressive that he can fight Darkseid and save lives simultaneously, a feat that even left Darkseid himself feeling utterly confused. Superman's enemies have tried to use lead to hide objects from his sight, mistakenly believing that anything made of that material is invisible to him. On the contrary, the opacity of lead to his X-rays makes the material easily detectable through wide-angle scans, allowing Superman to narrow his search directly to those opaque objects. He can even boost his X-ray vision to such a degree that he can use it at gamma levels to short-circuit the electric engines of a space station. In a moment when the sky trembles from a new and terrifying threat, Superman charges in to intercept the Fury, as this entity hunts down the world's greatest superheroes. From the very first seconds, Superman chooses a direct and brutal assault. Punches of devastating force, combined with a relentless barrage of heat vision, blast the Fury through multiple buildings. Freezing breath coats the entire battlefield, creating a clear and freezing advantage. In this opening act, Superman completely dominates with his superior speed and overwhelming might. But the Fury is no ordinary opponent. After every single strike, it begins to analyze, to adapt, and to evolve. Its mechanical body regenerates itself, causing every injury to vanish instantly. In a frighteningly short amount of time, it develops a total resistance to heat vision, while forging an outer shell hardened enough to withstand even those superpowered punches. Not stopping at defense, the Fury retaliates with fierce blasts of energy, with each strike becoming more precise than the last. The machine grows more dangerous by the second. Superman is forced to push his strength to the absolute limit, unleashing attacks on a planetary scale. The surrounding space vibrates under the sheer pressure of their collisions. Yet, the Fury has fully adapted. It neutralizes energy attacks, absorbs the very force Superman uses, and strikes back with even more sophisticated methods, such as controlling technology and exploiting Superman's dependency on solar energy. In a sudden flash of violence, the Fury tears Superman's cape and knocks him back with a ferocity reminiscent of the nightmare it once inflicted upon Captain Britain. As the battle rages on, the disparity becomes painfully clear. Superman, despite his incredible resilience, slowly weakens against an opponent that never stops evolving. The Fury doesn't just endure, it learns, constantly adjusting to overcome every single tactic. It pinpoints every weakness and exploits them ruthlessly, leaving Superman with no way to fight back. It is not that Superman is weaker, but that the Fury was designed for one singular purpose: to destroy beings exactly like him. In the silence following the battle, the image of Superman falling does not dim his legendary status. Instead, it highlights the sheer terror of a machine born only to hunt and adapt until nothing is left to stand against it. The Fury emerges victorious. I hope you enjoyed this epic battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please follow me if you like this content. That is the video for today. Thank you so very much.